friends, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you to this amazing program. Wherever you are joining me from, I appreciate you and I thank you for being part of this program. Please like and share the program on your platform. Share to family and friends. Share to everyone that is close to you so that they can be part of this very platform and be able to send information across. Fellow Biafrans and people of the world, viewers across the world, in this very platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We don't come here for saga or to attack any individual. What we do in this platform is to send information across to the world on the true situation of things in Biafra land and in the contraption called Nigeria. There are so many things that are not being taken note of. There are so many things that are happening that are being told in a different form. In this platform, we bring those information to your doorstep and tell you exactly how things are. There are certain videos that you might not be able to come across on the media. Some videos that are hidden from the eyes of the people, we bring them out and share it through the social media so that the world will be aware of what is going on in the contraption called Nigeria. I welcome every one of you, and I'm going to share a very important information as we speak. I want you to watch this video from the beginning to end. You will understand what we are talking about. So many things that you can't see online. You are going to see it here. So, listen to this very video from the beginning to end, and I bet you're going to enjoy it. Let us watch it together and see what it is.
The youth and women of Ofiominama arrived at town hall in adherence to the town crier's summons. It's strange to see them with farming and fishing implements with the day barely half spent. The faces of the women conceal a deep hurt associated with their socio-economic lifestyle.
This fire when it starts since February, I tell you say food no day. No fish, no crayfish, no isam for bush. Even Ingbe oyster self no day. Even in this Nangolo, everything seafood. We need to see them again. If we go, we come with empty hand. Even one self, we need to catch.
The chemical for the river was, as you see us with the vest.
What did they take the chemical do?
To carry the fire, and the chemical kill everything for the river. They won't kill us for hungry. If you look at our children, you go see small things them for their body. Now all these things they cause them. We don't know how this kind of sickness they carry come inside this community.
The Ofiominama River is saline in nature, presupposing a different source of drinking water, which again is a distasteful reference point.
Water where we dey drink na Fanta. We dey talk about water. How woman be go live without water?
Na Fanta say it is sweet or na the color.
E no sweet. E no get taste. Light no dey. Water no dey. We dem try give us water na Fanta. Salt water na dem dey still dey pump for us. Make woman be drink. Make children drink. See children. Because of money, they no go school. Nothing, no food for us. See as the village dry. Because of say nothing to eat. All our children they sick. Nurse, we go come nurse, give us a tablet. Money sef no dey. Shit. The children they shit. Now so we dey see now so our belly now so because we no get another water. Now this water we still dey drink.
From Ofiominama, the object of pain could be seen from a distance. With images of what I had seen playing in my mind, I waved goodbye to the women at the shore. With the youth leading the way, we drive from the community into the winding creek.
It's very easy to trace the trouble spot because the smoke serves as a guide. You can see it going skywards. The smell of crude is very pungent, very strong down here. Now look at this. We're not yet at the trouble spot, but look at the mangrove And look at the water. Ah, man, this is a sad reality of high-level pollution. And that is what the people of our Fiominama community are going through.
Just few meters further into the creek, the fire becomes more visible on Alakiri Well 9 of OML 18. The people say the well is operated by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited after its February 24, 2023 takeover from Eraton, who had initially acquired it from Shell Petroleum Development Company on the 16th of May 2015.
Then bring the well controllers in order to close the well, but we stayed there, wait for them to complete the assignment, but rather they pull all the instrument that is holding the gas to come out. Then the next day, when we come and try to work on the well, then the fire came out.
26th February 2024, this fire occurred. We are informed the company, the NNPC, and the board director chairman, which is Chief Amange Sunday. They have not seen anything done in this fire. Look at the chemical they use to quench the fire. Everything has been killed. We are seeking for the federal government to intervene.
We have reported this issue since when the fire broke out, 26 February, but nothing has been done. We need the state government and federal government to come to our aid. We give the NNPC 2 weeks, else we shut down everything.
It appears it's a season of untamed fires on rivers close to oil-producing communities in Nigeria. Look at this one here in Ofiominama. It is likened to what is happening on the Atlantic Ocean, very close to Awoye, in a larger local government area of Ondo State that has been raging for 4 years and counting. Now this is about 5 months old. The Rivers State government at this point in time needs to work with the federal government and of course the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to extinguish the fire and provide some succor for the people whose agrarian lifestyle has been rudely interrupted, and maybe also provide some medicines for them to regain their health. From a Fiominama community, Okrika local government area of Rivers State, Ofieteme George, Arise News.
I guess you might say, if you're looking for the definition of hell and the combined situation that you have both in Ondo State there, where this wellhead has been on fire for 4 years, and this of your Dimana that Ofieteme just reported on. What else could you describe as hell, if not that? Well, let's bring in Dr. Nimmo Bassi, who is the Executive Director of Health of Mother Earth Foundation. Ooh, thank you so much for joining us on this one.
Thank you. Very sad report indeed.
It is. It is really sad. And to think that these people have drawn the attention of the authorities or those involved and nothing still has been done. What do you make of this?
It's not as though the authorities don't know about the level of damage that is going on in the Niger Delta. The authorities are very much aware of it. The problem is that the region has been designated a sacrificial zone. So the people are disposable, the environment disposable, as long as petrodollars gets into the national coffers. That's what matters. Take the example of the case, the fire that's been raging at Ororo 1 oil well off the coast of Ondo State for 4 solid years. And it's in shallow waters. That water is about 7 to 8 meters deep. When the Gulf of Mexico oil blowout happened, that was in waters more than 1 kilometer deep, more than 1,000 meters deep. We're talking about very shallow waters. And this is something that was said could be handled within 6 weeks. But now 4 years has gone by, no action, silence. They know about it, they nod at it, maybe they even look at the video or there are soldiers protecting the place, but nothing is being done. And now look at this one in the creek that just been reported. For 5 months, it's burning. It's not in the ocean. It's right in the community. And the pollution is not restricted to that community. It's going because the whole Niger Delta is connected with rivers and creeks. So the pollution that is going on there is reaching to other communities all around there.
Because pollution has no borders.
No borders whatsoever. And it affects us, even those in Abuja. Because if you're eating fish from anywhere, nobody stores fish from Okrika, from going to Lagos or going to Cameroon if it doesn't die on the way. So we're not safe.
Every periwinkle you may buy, or
you know, that lady was talking about how expensive seafood is.
Yeah.
Now it's expensive, and it's also expensive to our health because most of the creeks, the mangrove forests, they're all contaminated. You could see the picture of the spills on the creek. You see the mangrove. The roots are coated. The lower portion are coated with crude oil from the oil spill, and it makes it a very dangerous situation.
Shouldn't somebody be taking responsibility for this?
Well, that's a question. We have the National Oil Spills Detection and Response Agency, NOSRA. And we know the companies whose oil wells have blown up. And in both cases, both the Orodo one oil well and this one at Ofinama, the wells are controlled by NNPC. So it's controlled by the federal government of Nigeria. And so they are responsible for this toxic thing that is allowed to go on unchecked.
And the issue of compensation has really never been discussed or acted upon over the years. I mean, it's not the first, it's not the second time you'd have this kind of situation. Shouldn't people like you be, talking in that direction? The need to compensate people in these communities because they don't have a life anymore.
Absolutely. Life expectancy in the Delta is 41 years. And so there's no life at all. You are snuffed out before you get old enough to understand what is going on. Now, we've always tried not to place the issue of compensation as in the forefront. We're asking for environmental justice.
Right.
The right of the people to a safe environment is a basic human right. To have a safe environment, the right to water is a human right. And Nigeria is a signatory to the United Nations Declaration of the Right of Water, which was signed in 2010. So we have all these issues. And in fact, in May 2023, the Bayelsa State Oil and Environment Commission issued a report on the state of environment of Bayelsa State. And the report is titled Environmental Genocide, which is very appropriate. That report shows that the average person in Bayelsa State has a share of 1.5 barrels of crude oil of pollution. So every single individual living in that state has it's like you've been battered with 1.5 barrels of crude oil. And all the water bodies are contaminated, sometimes with hydrocarbons up to 1 million times above safe limits. So how do you live in an environment like that? That's why it's time for government to conduct an environmental audit and health audit across the entire region. And in fact, maybe also in Lagos, where you have a big refinery coming on stream, and wherever when it happens in Bauchi or Gombe, when they start drilling oil, the descent must happen. We need to have the health audit to know what is the situation of the health of the people, so that we know what is killing them or what is making them healthy.
Yeah, because they spoke of strange ailments that
there are so many sicknesses connected to oil pollution. All kinds of cancers, miscarriages, health dysfunctions, all kinds of anything evil is attached to oil spills or gas flaring. And so it's not a thing to be toyed with. So what we need is, apart from the audit, we need remediation, the cleanup, we need restoration. Cleanup is not enough. You have to restore the environment so that people's lives can be restored. Replant the mangroves. And then, of course, reparation, which you mentioned. Compensation is essential, but the people have lost everything, and they deserve to be compensated.
And stress more on the economic and environmental impacts of this, fires and oil spills in the region. What are we looking at in concrete terms?
The way I like to sum it up is that if all the money Nigeria has ever earned from crude oil were to be used in cleaning up the Niger Delta, it may not be sufficient. Because the recklessness with which the companies are operating, You can't find it anywhere else. No other region in the world is as polluted as this region in Nigeria with hydrocarbons. There's nowhere else. And so the whole oil economy is a negative economy. If you want to check what will happen, how many lifetimes it's going to take to restore the environment, and we have to start now. Because before we know it, in the coming decades, oil will become a kind of resource that is not so much needed in the world. The world is moving, the world is transiting to renewable energies.
Absolutely.
In fact, some countries are no longer manufacturing internal combustion cars, cars with internal combustion engines. And so before you know it, and this is going to be the reality.
In another 5-10 years, that will be the reality for
and this
so
will be
many.
This will be the symmetry of abandoned equipment. Very sad.
That's a grim picture that you paint there. So how do we take this back? How do we begin the process of remediation that you talk about?
Well,
can we really get the Niger Delta back to the pristine time?
It will take more than one lifetime, but that's why we have to start now. You're going to clean up. It's an example of how difficult it is to clean just a small part of the Delta. The Ogoni region is not the most contaminated. It's very highly contaminated, but there are other places like in Biafra where there's always an oil spill almost every day. There are some heavily contaminated areas like Karama communities and others. And so we need to begin now. And, we need to, when the cleanup begins beyond Ogoni, we should engage the best hands. It doesn't have to be, we don't have to play the politics of local content over everything. You need people who have expertise, who have the equipment and the technology to deal with this problem at the scale that we're seeing around us. If we just play with it, make it a job for the boys, then of course we're going to get the money. You don't live to enjoy it.
It's even interesting you talk about training and ensuring that the skilled manpower is there. But unfortunately, it's not there right now. So there's a need for Nigeria to reach out, to the international community. Is that what you're saying? And I'm thinking the amnesty program, where you had training for so many, repentant terrorists, for want of a better militants. Thank you very much. That's the word I was looking for. All these repentant militants, couldn't we have, plowed the 65 or so billion naira that's been spent on amnesty? Well, that's a figure that's been bandied around, in training these people specifically, whether in the areas of, cleaning up the Niger Delta, the polluted areas and what have you.
Well, that's a possibility. Right. But now in Ogoni land, a lot of young people are being trained on issues of remediation, cleanup, and even the women are trained about restoration. They're raising nurseries to plant mangroves in areas that are being cleaned up. So it's an effort to clean up. But then, of course, we need to train more people, and we need to engage the best hands from all over the world. We don't have to just depend on ourselves. We need help, because this is a global disaster. It's just that it's happening in nobody's backyard, so everybody can ignore it and just move on as if nothing is happening. If you visit the Delta, visit the communities, from what we saw in the video and from what we see in reality, it's an area that is militarized, so you can't go through the creeks, your dignity is taken away from you. Some places you have to raise your hands until you are told to put down your hands, and then you have these spills occurring everywhere. And children have to swim and drink this polluted water. So it's both a current problem and it's also intergenerational. It has intergenerational implications.
Thank you so much. We'll have to leave it there. And hopefully authorities, the right authorities, will do something quickly. It's a clear and present danger there in the Niger Delta region. Nim Obasi is Executive Director, Health of Mother Earth Foundation. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsnight.
Thank you so much for watching the program. I appreciate you for your patience to watch from beginning to end. I hope you have learned a lot from this very program that I just played, this video. Please like and share the video. Share to all platforms. After sharing the video, now you can go to the comment section and put down your comments. Whatever suggestions, contributions you have to make, what do you think about the video I just played? Go to the comment section and put your comment. I will go to the comment section, and I bet you I am learning a lot from there, and you can equally learn from there. Let us share our experience on that comment section. Thank you so much, and stay blessed. Don't forget to share, and we continue to bless you as you share. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity and equity. We move.